In this video, we're going to use the make bulk changes function to move this task right here, NPD-34, from this project, the NPD project, to my marketing project under the Create Videos for YouTube Epic. There are a number of things that you want to consider when you are migrating something from one project to another. The first is you want to make sure the same kind of issue type exists from the current project it's under to the new project that it's under. And so here you can see we do have a story available in the marketing project. If you're not sure if you have that work type available in your destination project, or you want to compare what's available from one project to another, you can go to the project on the left-hand sidebar, hit the More Actions ellipses icon, and go to Project Settings. Under Project Settings, you'll see a section for Summary. And you will see what kind of tasks are available within the marketing project. And so here you can see I have Bug, Epic, Story, Subtask, and Task available. Whereas if we come back over to the original project where we're trying to move the task from NPD demo, let's go to those project settings. And let's go to summary and let's see what issue types are available here. Here you can see there are a lot other work types available within the NPD demo project than there are in the marketing project. In the marketing project, we want it to be a story, and so we have a story here in the NPD demo. And then we also have a story here in the marketing project. So we've verified that the same issue types do exist. The second thing that you really want to look for, which is arguably most important to look in for so that you don't lose any data when you move something from one project to another, is what fields are available in the work type that you are trying to transition to. And so here you can see, if you scroll down under summary, there's something called screens. This marketing project uses the marketing work type screen scheme. If we click into this, it should show us what screens are available. And if we open the Marketing Scrum Default Issue screen, it should show us all of the fields that are currently available within the marketing project, specifically for the story work type. So here you can see that we have these different fields here listed. If we go back to the NPD project, similarly, we can look at what fields are available. Under the screen section, you'll see that I have a couple of different screens available. The bugs fields will be nestled under the bug screen scheme, but the fields for all other issue types and work types within this NPD demo project are going to be under the NPD Scrum default screen scheme. If we click into this, we will see that we have the NPD Scrum default issue screen. If we open this screen, we should see not only what projects it's currently shared by and share the screen scheme, but what fields are available. The biggest difference between this screen and the screen in the marketing project is that the NPD demo project has this part number field, whereas the marketing project has no part number field. Now let's get into why that's important. So let's go back to our projects. So I'm navigating back to the NPD demo board. And here you can see I have this work type that I want to transition and move from this project to the marketing project. So here is the NPD-34. This is the task that I want to move from the NPD demo project to the marketing project itself. So let's go ahead and open this task. Now that this task is open, let's go ahead and scroll down. Here under the description, I am going to type record a video on all the important considerations when moving a task from one project to another in Jira. Okay, so we have that saved, and so we have a value in the description. Let's also go ahead and add a start date to this field. Let's go ahead and choose today. And then let's scroll down, and here's the part number field. This is the third video within a series that I'm creating regarding the make bulk changes function within Jira. So we're going to say this is part 3 of the series under this part number field. Now, if you recall, the part number field is what exists on the NPD demo project screen, but did not exist on the marketing project screen. And so I'm going to show you why it's important to understand which fields exist within the destination project that may not, or rather, which fields do not exist in the destination field project that do exist in the original project. The reason that that's important is because since this field does not exist in the marketing project, when I move this task from the NPD demo project to the marketing project, I'll lose this data that's in this part number field because it won't have anywhere to go. There's no destination for it. It'll essentially be scattered to the wind. And so that's why it's so important that you understand what fields and what information you need to be able to save and store prior to making any changes or moving a task from one project to another. If you're concerned about losing data and you're just a Jira user, always feel free to reach out to your Atlassian admin or your Jira admin, and they should be able to help you through this process and make sure that you're not going to lose any information. So here we have the part number 3 listed, and we have a value in the description field and a value in the start date field. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to come over to the All Work tab, and we want to pull up this NPD-34 task. So I'm going to make sure that I'm toggled onto JQL. You might be on Basic, so go ahead and toggle over to JQL. And also make sure that you're on the list view. Your screen might look different because you're on the detail view. I always prefer the list view, so go ahead and toggle over to list view in this section right here if you're not currently there. Then what we're going to do is we are going to say project equals NPD. We're going to type and key equals, and we just want the NPD-34. So we're going to hit enter, and you'll see that the only thing that we have remaining filtering here is this NPD-34 task. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to hit the ellipses icon in the top right hand corner, and you are going to go to change bulk change work items. If you do not see something here that says bulk change work items, then that means you do not have the permission to make bulk changes, in which case contact your Jira admin, and they should be able to grant you that permission or be able to complete this process for you. So once you've selected make bulk changes, you'll choose which issues you want to have moved over. I'm going to select all of them because we only have the one here. And we're going to select next. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to choose an operation. In this example, we are moving issues from one Jira project to another. And so that's what the move issues function is for. You can also use the move issues to update the work item type or the issue type within the same project, and we'll go over that in the next video. But here is the move issues, so we are going to change it from one project to another, or rather move the task from one project to another. So we're going to select next. And here you can see that we are moving it from the NPD demo project, and here we want to move it to the marketing project. Similarly, it'll ask you if you want to change the original issue type or work type, which is story, to another work type. I'm going to leave it as story because I'm okay, and I've also verified that this project has the story issue type available. Please keep in mind the fields that are available on any given screen can vary depending on what work type you have. So an epic might have different fields available in it than the story for a particular project, or a task may have different fields available in it than the story within a particular project. And so it's important to understand what fields are available within that project for the issue type or work type that you're trying to move to. We've gone through and we've verified that the only field that's missing from the NPD demo story issue type to the marketing story issue type is that part number field. And so we had part number listed as 3. We're going to see what it looks like once we actually move this from the NPD demo project to the marketing project. So go ahead and select next. And it asks if you want to send an email for this update. I do not want to send a notification for this update, but if anyone was involved and you wanted them to be aware that this change is being made and this task is being transferred from one project to another, by all means click that checkbox. It's really handy with change management purposes. So we're going to go ahead and select next. And here it's asking you to confirm the changes, that the target project you want to move it to is marketing, and the target issue type or work type that you want to move it to is a story. Those are accurate in this example, so we are going to select confirm. And we're going to wait for this migration and moving the task from one project to another to complete. Now we're going to select done. And now we are going to hit refresh in the NPD demo project. And now you can see that our JQL query of project equals NPD and key equals NPD-34 no longer exists. There's nothing here that matches our search. So now what we're going to do is we are actually going to go over to the marketing project and see if we can find that new task that was created. So let's collapse all of these items. And here you can see this is the task that was previously NPD-34, and now it has the key of marketing MKT-16. So create a video on moving tasks to a new Jira project. Let's go ahead and open this task, and let's see what the values in those different fields look like. So So you can see the description that we had entered while it was still under the NPD demo project is still here in the description field because the description field exists in the marketing project under a story, issue type, or work type within the marketing project. If we continue to scroll down, we can see that the start date of October 21st, 2025 that we entered while this task was in the NPD demo project still transferred over to the marketing project. If we continue to scroll down, you will see that there is no field for the part number. And so that data that we had as part number 3 when this task was in the NPD demo project is just gone. It's gone, it's scattered to the wind, it's like it never even existed. And actually, you can come and look at comments or you can look at the history of a task. When we look at the history of the task, all it says is that the key was updated and this was migrated from the NPD-34 to NPD-16 and that the project was updated from NPD demo to marketing. And here you can see that the part number was 3 and now it does not exist, none. So it looks like they've gone through and when something isn't mapped, it's now logged under the history of the task. But aside from that, just looking at it from a glance, it's like that information has just been scattered and it's no longer there or available for you. So you will need to go through and make sure that you don't lose any of this data. Otherwise, it could be a lot of manual rework for you, especially if you went through and you updated multiple tasks at the same time, which is typically what the make bulk changes function is used for. So I always, always, always recommend applying extreme caution when you are moving a task from one project to another, specifically if you are doing it in bulk. Still be careful with just one task, but I really, really caution against making bulk changes and moving all the tasks at once until you know what the full implications of that data is and are. So if you are going to lose data, just make sure that you have a field that you can map it to in the destination project. And if you don't, then you need to go and update your screens to add the part number field. And if you don't know how to do that, contact your Jira admin or your org admin, and they should be able to help you do that. All right, this is how you use the make bulk changes function to move a task from one project to another within Jira. And those are the really critical items to make sure that you understand and you verify before executing that change.